Ethnonationalism is a deeply problematic and regressive ideology that reinforces inequality, division, and oppression in multiple forms. Ethnonationalism centers around the idea that a nation should be defined by the ethnic identity of its people, often promoting the idea that one ethnic group should dominate and dictate the political and social order within a nation. While it may seem to some as a way of preserving cultural identity, ethnonationalism is a distraction from the true struggle, class struggle. Ethnonationalism diverts attention from the real issues that perpetuate exploitation, like capitalism, and focuses on arbitrary ethnic divisions, which ultimately serves to perpetuate the status quo of economic inequality and oppression. Instead of working toward a unified working class that could rise together against capitalist structures, ethnonationalism divides people along ethnic lines, which weakens collective power. Think about it. Ethnonationalism is like a tool for the bourgeoisie to keep people distracted and divided. It creates false divisions among workers, keeping them from recognizing that their shared struggle against economic oppression is way bigger than ethnic differences. It keeps them from coming together to challenge the capitalist systems that exploit us all. If we're being real, ethnonationalism doesn't serve the greatest good for everyone. It just serves one group at the cost of others. It's all about putting one ethnicity above the rest, which only leads to inequality and social unrest. We need a society where everyone, regardless of their background, gets to thrive. It's not about exclusion. It's about collective well-being for everyone. The whole idea of maximizing happiness for the most people is totally at odds with the my group first mentality of ethno-nationalism. And let's not forget how ethno-nationalism messes with gender, racial, and LGBTQ+ equality. It's all about ethnic identity first, but it forgets about the experiences of marginalized groups within those ethnic identities, like women, queer folks, and others. Social justice is about tackling all forms of oppression, not just focusing on ethnic lines. Furthermore, ethno-nationalism is incompatible with the goals of trans rights and gender equality. It often aligns with regressive ideologies that enforce rigid, biologically defined gender roles, further marginalizing transgender and non-binary individuals. As a staunch ally to trans rights, one must reject ethno-nationalism, which can easily dovetail with TERF rhetoric. This ideology denies the fluidity and complexity of identity, demanding conformity to a narrow, exclusionary vision of gender and belonging. A truly inclusive movement must challenge all forms of exclusion, including those based on ethnicity or gender. At its worst, ethno-nationalism fosters ideologies of exclusion and domination, framing marginalized groups as outsiders or threats. This not only leads to discrimination and violence, but also reinforces systems of oppression that critical theory seeks to dismantle. From a critical theory standpoint, ethno-nationalism is a tool for the powerful to maintain control, perpetuating cycles of harm and division that undermine collective progress. Geopolitically, ethno-nationalism is often wielded to justify aggression, which just perpetuates violence and suffering. Contemporary Palestinian ethno-nationalism often challenges Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state, with groups like Hamas promoting an ethnically and religiously exclusive Palestinian identity. The demand for the right of return for Palestinians is framed in ethnic terms, seeking to alter Israel's demographic makeup. This rhetoric rejects Israel's legitimacy by denying the historical and political claim of Jews to the land. Palestinian ethno-nationalism seeks to erase Israel and its Jewish population, presenting them as foreign settlers rather than an indigenous people. Ethno-nationalism is a dangerous and divisive ideology that undermines the values of justice, equality, and solidarity. It reinforces harmful divisions that separate us rather than unite us in the common struggle for a more equitable world. For those of us who believe in collective welfare, environmental sustainability, and social justice, we must reject ethno-nationalism and instead build a future grounded in solidarity, mutual respect, and the recognition of our shared humanity.